Y'all are being welcomed by the beautiful sound of nature, honey. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Soleil. This is a live video. I am just gonna film this. I'm on my hammock, by the way, since y'all gonna see me moving around. But I am going to be just talking in case no one joins. I got a feeling some people may join me, but I'm just going to talk and present this as if it were a content video. But when and if y'all come in, we will dialogue. Let me know what questions that you have. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome to my channel. This is not your typical YouTube channel. This is not anything that is highly produced and with all these fancy lights. This is your old school me just being myself, cutting on the camera when I can type of channel. Don't we miss that nostalgic retro YouTube vibe anyway? This is that channel. Again, my name is Soleil. I am the owner and CEO of Soul Rise Essentials. You can find more information down in the description box below. I see somebody coming in. Come on in. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, and let's get into this conversation, y'all. Beware of these types of people. So one thing I do want to say before I start the video is that y'all know on this channel, if you don't know, like I said, welcome. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. If you don't know, we are simply authentic here. We talk about life. We talk about the beauty of it, sometimes the ugliness of it, the indifference of it. We just give it real. And we're going to be doing that today. So I have been having some really interesting experiences lately, and I actually had ideas to post about because, as you all know, if you've been following this channel, I have not been very consistent. I've never promised to be consistent here, but you noticed that at one point I was vlogging more often back in like 2017, right before I had my son, and it hasn't been consistent since then because why? Mommy got a baby now. So let me know if y'all can hear me, if you're still in here, because I don't want to, truly get into the meat of everything I want to talk about and y'all can't even hear me. That would just suck really, really bad. So yeah, now that I've said all of that, let's get into it. So I've been having some interesting experiences lately with men, and I'm going to start with a story time. So I feel like I'm getting my happy back. I feel like I am getting myself back. I feel like I'm getting my mojo, my moxie, all of that. I feel like I'm getting back to myself. If you've been watching the videos on my channel the last couple of years, you know that I'm now a mom. I am a single parent. And y'all don't know this part, but I take care of my son 99.9% of the time, essentially. So he goes with his father every other weekend, but that's about it. Financially, mama taking care of everything, holding it down. And I've been single, since my last relationship. And I didn't start to date again until like last year, a little bit, about a year and a half. Of course, I just wanted to focus on being a new parent and a new mother and just relishing in all of that, all of the lessons and the intentionality. Like it was nowhere else for me to be but with my newborn. So, my son will actually be 3 next month and I will be 31 next month. I'm gonna try to sit y'all down and swing in my hammock a little bit. I should have brought my tripod out here. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I've been quiet. And I've said it a couple times when I have been able to make videos that I just felt led to be quiet. And I know y'all see a difference with my hair. I've been bald for the last couple of years. Don't worry about it, girl. I'm gonna be bald again in about a week as soon as I take these out because I'm cutting my hair off. My hair got long enough to grip, so I just threw some braids in it. And I do know how to braid, and I did my own braids. I have not had braids in 10 years. Anyway, that's what this is. I know y'all like, what is going on? But oh yeah, maybe I could lay down and talk to y'all. So yeah, I hopped back in the game. Not full force, but just to like get out there and explore and see what I like and date and get dressed up and feel sexy and have fun and meet people, see what's going on out there in the dating pool, girl. I did start to do that about a year and a half ago, and it's been interesting. I've actually met some really amazing guys. I have met some really nice guys too. And it showed me what's out there. It showed me how to believe in abundance in all things. Not just, some people talk about abundance as it relates to finances, but baby, you got to carry that through every aspect of your life. So yeah, it showed me that there are an abundance of good people out there. And, the statistics say certain things, and we do need to be realistic about that. But in terms of just thinking about like the type of people that you want around you, if God made you and he made you dope, why would you sit there and think that he didn't make anybody else good and dope like you? And that's just how I choose to live my life. And I've actually attracted people in general in my life that exemplify that. And I'm really happy with the people that are in my life right now. And I'm calling in more amazing people. Oh, and that's not to say that, you know, every relationship that comes in your life is going to be one's there for forever. But I am grateful for the experiences that I've had once I shifted my mindset around abundance in relationships, in all types of relationships, not just romantic relationships. So, Curl, um, I have been attracting a lot of men lately, and it's interesting. And I feel like I'm ready for it, because at first I felt like I was being hidden, and I needed to be hidden too, because again, I was a mom. I am a mom. I was a new mom, and I needed to focus on that. Let me turn the chat on, so if y'all do say something. Hey y'all. All right, the chat is on now. I got an allergy cough, but yeah. We're going to talk about the people you need to stay away from. I know I'm 6 minutes into it, but y'all know how I do. I had a guy comment on my video and was like, I love the content. You speak really well, but you took too long to get to the point and you were all over the place. Yeah, again, this ain't one of them content channels, boo. This is just me turning on my camera and letting everything flow. So I appreciate the feedback, but ain't nothing going to change. So, yeah. It's been interesting. So I've been attracting a lot of guys. Let me talk to y'all about this man that I quote unquote attracted a couple weekends ago. I'm out with my homegirl, minding my business, and I see this gentleman to my left. He kept looking at me. And you know, sometimes you be like, is he looking at me, or is he looking, somewhere else, Baby, after 5 or 6 times of that happening, it was clear who he was looking at. So I have been working on my femininity. I started with that journey about a year and a half ago too, actually. She encouraged me to start dating again, and just having fun. And it's working. So I think my swag is a little bit different now when I'm out, and I carry myself a little bit more softer. And I've been noticing that guys have just been like talking to me a lot more than what they have in the past. And again, it could have been something to do with my energy. It could have been something to do with the fact that I was just being hidden. It could have been a combination of the two, but they out here right now. So the man finally comes over to the bar and sits on my right. My girlfriend is on my left. And he didn't say anything. He knew what he was doing, And I was just like, after about a minute or so, I was like, you kept looking over here. I was like, how you doing? Something like that. I can't remember exactly how I started it off. But I initiated the conversation because you initiated, the whole staring contest. I did that with you for a little bit. I wasn't going over there to you. And then you came over here. So, you threw the bait out there and I caught it. Whatever. Child, something just was, he wasn't really my type, first of all. But again, I am just dating and having fun. I ain't say nothing about sex, okay? I am dating and having fun and getting to know what's out there, right? So even though you're not the traditional guy I would normally go for, that's probably a good thing, girl, because the men be getting me in trouble. So it wasn't like he was, not attractive at all, but he wasn't somebody I would go for. But even if he was, I won't go over there to him. So he comes over or whatever, and we start talking, and something just told me to ask him, are you married? Because I saw this ring and it had like all these diamonds on it. But I'm like, maybe he just wearing it on that finger, because he ain't got no that much nerve to be coming over here if he married. So I asked him, and he said yes. Y'all, stay away from people that try to question your logic. Even though you and everybody else know it makes good and goddamn sense. He gonna say, what's wrong with that? I was like, well, you've been eyeing me like for a while. You finally came over here. I talked to you, and now you're telling me that you're married because I asked you. Then you showed me the ring or whatever after I kind of peeped it a little bit. And he was like, what's wrong with that? I was like, well, you're clearly interested in me, but what is it that you're looking for? And he was like, well, I see something that I like, and I came over here to get it. And I was like, that's not how this works. So going back to the whole logic thing, like if I'm a single woman and you're married, and if we talking about monogamy in a traditional sense, because I know it's a lot of poly relationships out there, that's not me. If we're talking about that, then no, this don't make sense. Logically, that doesn't make sense. And my question to him was, What type of woman do you think I am? Like, how did you think I was going to react to finding out that you were married? I know that there are some women out there that would have obliged him and kept talking to him and got his phone number and whatever else he was trying to do, but I'm not that girl. And I felt insulted by that. So my lesson in that story is to stay away from people that try to make you think you damn crazy. Like, what? Y'all, it's some sick and twisted minds out here, and the internet does not help it, because anything that you think can be true on the internet, even if it's not true and even if it makes no damn sense. I could not get that man away from me. I told him multiple times. I was like, well, I'm not interested in this conversation. Can you please leave? I said that multiple times. My girlfriend asked him to leave. He still wouldn't leave. You know, he thought that, oh, we have a good banter, it's a good connection between us. Every connection does not need to be explored. I have had conversations with both married guys in relationships and single guys and just people in general out at bars and restaurants with no problem. It's regular platonic conversation, but that's not what you were trying to initiate. That's different than what you were doing. Was different than sitting beside me like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You know, with a wedding ring on, you're not hiding it or nothing like that. That's different than what you were doing, you know. And then he had a cousin with him. I brought the cousin over. I said, tell your cousin to come over here, because is he single? He was like, yeah. I said, all right, bring your cousin over here. The cousin was cute until he came up and we got closer, and the teeth, it looked like somebody hit him in the mouth with a bottle opener or something, and he didn't know how to carry on conversation. So I was like, oh, you one of those. You look real cute from over there and until you open your mouth. But the cousin tried to like take up for him and was like, well, you seduced him over here. So wait a minute, why are we using the word seduce? Ain't nobody seduced that man. He was looking at me. I caught him looking at me, and I was looking back, and then you was looking back. But you looked at me, sir. I didn't seduce you nowhere. I didn't tell your ass to come over here. So y'all, we can't even be looking good out here in these streets without being accused of seducing people. It's crazy. Stay away from people like that. People will try to flip shit in a heartbeat, and it's really sad. It's really scary, and they will try to challenge your logic, and it's called gaslighting. And I didn't want to use that term in the title because, you know, narcissism, gaslighting, all those terms, we experience them a lot, and especially narcissistic traits, because not everybody is a narcissist, but I just didn't want to lead with that. But yeah, you have to stay away from the people that play the mind games. Man, I could not get rid of this dude. I literally had to stand up and go to the bathroom. I did have to go to the bathroom, but I literally had to leave to get that man out of my space. And then he still came back. That goes to show that there are women out here that, you know, are entertaining this type of foolishness. I have no words for those type of people. I guess y'all can fill in the blank of what I may be thinking, but I'm not one of those girls. He felt insulted that I did not oblige him. And it was just like, wow, like, you really out here thinking that what you're doing is okay, and then getting offended by how I feel about what you're doing toward me. You know, I found myself in situations like that with people more than as many times as I would like to count. And I'm in a place, about to be 31 next month. I'm in a place where, you know, I observe people, and because some people have told me, why are you having a conversation with that person? Why are you talking to her? She didn't show you. I like for people to show me who they are so that I know how to deal with them. There are a lot of like people walking around that have certain mental health conditions that are undiagnosed, because people don't like to go to the doctor. People don't like to go to the therapist. They don't believe in the doctor and the therapist. And yeah, they misdiagnose out here, and a lot of them, quote unquote, they will look normal. You know, but I like to give people the floor, show me who you are, so I know how to maneuver around your ass, period. Some people that have been really close to me in my life, I've had to, and I'm still kind of going through like a bit of cognitive dissonance, because it's like, I knew you, or I thought I knew you. I've known you this amount of years or my whole life or something like that. And then one day, you know, you're somebody completely different. That takes a lot on you mentally. And when you've lived a certain way and experienced someone a certain way, and then that changes one day, it can be a lot to deal with. So I'm actually dealing with that right now. But once I learned those people, as the title of the video says, you know, you beware of them. Beware meaning you either put up boundaries, you either terminate the relationship or the friendship. Um, yeah, those are your two options. You get rid of it, or if you can't get rid of it for whatever reason, you put up boundaries. Boundaries will save your life. Boundaries have saved my life. Boundaries have saved my mental sanity. There have been people in my life that, I've been completely honest, open, and authentic with, and they've abused that. Beware of those people. Those people for me cannot stay in my life. I'm not ashamed of anything I've done. I might be ashamed of some things I say, but like, damn, I should have said that. But I'm not ashamed of who I am and what I've been through, and I put that out. And depending on who you are to me or what vibe I feel with you, I'm gonna share that. To what extent, it just depends on who you are to me and how trustworthy I feel like you are. But at the same time, if what I'm sharing is my truth and it's authentic and it's not gonna waver or change, I don't care. You can't use what I've told you to against me, because I shared it with you. It's my truth. It's never going to change. So you can flip it and twist it however you like. But ask me and I'll tell you what it is. I'm not ashamed of that. So I've had people like try to flip things and, know really intimate details about me, and they use it to their advantage. And it's been very, very hurtful. It's been viscerally betraying, if those are even words that I put together correctly. It's been a visceral betrayal. Hey Kiara boo, what's going on boo? Yes, you are catching live. um it's been really tough to deal with. So I stay in therapy for people who won't go to therapy. And I beware of people like that. And like I said before, sometimes these are not people that you can just get rid of, y'all. Sometimes these people are your family. Sometimes these people are your spouse. Sometimes these people are a co-parent. Sometimes these people are a co-worker. You can't quit just yet. You might got to quit a year from now after you saved your money. There are situations that sometimes we just cannot escape. And do whatever you got to do. For me, it's therapy. For me, it's good friends. For me, it's treating my body well. For me, it's eating well. For me, it's talking to y'all and building my business. A community of resilient humans on the grow. More information down in the description box. And that's been really healing for me, to stay in touch with people who know themselves, who are authentic and honest with themselves. That has been really healing for me. And also finding my voice, using my voice has been very therapeutic and healing for me. Speaking out against people like this has been really healing for me, because every time I do, people reach back out to me, that are too afraid to tell their story, and they feel heard and seen through me and what I'm sharing. So I'll continue to do that. It's part of my journey. Everybody didn't get called to vocally speak about what they've been through. Self-preservation, yes, Kiera. Everybody doesn't get called to YouTube. Everybody doesn't get called to the news. I was on the news this morning talking about my business, y'all. So all of our journeys are gonna look different. This is what it looks like for me, and it's hard, y'all. For anybody out there watching this video that is or has gone through betrayal and has gone through gaslighting and narcissism and people lying on you, and you can't fully tell the story. There's so much that I can say that I have not said because of my own privacy reasons, for legal reasons. And just for spiritual maintenance. Like, God been telling me to shut up, like, for a lot. And when he tell me to speak, I speak. Like today, speak. I was told to speak. I'm okay. I'm clear to speak. And the truth, man, it's had a really interesting way of coming out in my life. And I'm just really happy about, what God is doing in my life, and the truth that is oozing out of me and my testimony and my work, because it's happening so effortlessly and I'm not even having to do anything. Yes to the media coverage for Soul Tribe. Yes, girl, we've been on the news 3 times. Today was my first time me actually talking on the news. My first time with it just being my segment. The first 2 times we had the spotlight with other people, but today was all about me, honey. It was a 4 to 5 minute segment, and it was amazing. Follow Soul Rise Essentials on YouTube and also on Instagram and Facebook. All our news coverage is there. The one that came out today, and the other one. So keep up with us. We going places, boo. And y'all gonna be like, oh, I know her. I remember her on YouTube. So hop on the train now. So yeah, it's been hard, y'all. It's been so hard. And like I said, today I feel clear to speak. I'm gonna write a book, multiple books one day. And man, beware of people that don't want to heal. Beware of people that don't want to do their self work. Beware of people who don't want to take accountability. Beware of people that project onto you. Y'all, this past year, it's now 2022 in March, but in 2021, I learned that as intuitive and smart as I am, I have done a lot of projecting. That was a light bulb moment for me. Kiara says, I'm so happy for you. And when you said God has been saying, it went away. Hold on one second. God has been saying, shut up and when to speak. I heard that part. Nah, for real though. Because look, between me and you already know it's a lot we can say, So when we quiet, child, it ain't because we want to be all the time. Because we need to be, So, what was I saying? Lord, what was I saying? I was the point that I wanted to stick with. I talked about my books. I'm going to write some books. Y'all stay tuned for that. Oh, I was just saying it's been hard. It's been hard dealing with difficult people. I know. Oh, I was talking about projection. I have done that. Again, I'm very intuitive. I'm very in tune with myself and other people and their social cues. And yes, but sometimes I can project. And even though I may project, I could be projecting and I be right. But sometimes I project and it's wrong. Like for me to assume that someone feels a certain way or they're mad at me or they did this because of that. Women, we tend to do that a lot, but it's because we're intuitive. And sometimes your intuition is always right. Writing a book and learning that you used to project. Yeah, thank you, Boo, for helping me get back on track. We can do it a lot because we are very, very intuitive, but understand and discern when you're projecting and when something is actually true and not something that you just thought. So, just understanding that, but on the same track, there are people that will abuse the fact that you have been wrong sometimes. And then the times that you are right, the 100 times that you are right, they discredit that because you've been wrong sometimes. Man, I have learned so much. The difficulties that I've been going through that, are some of the cause for me not posting on here as much have shaped me and molded me for where I'm at now, for where I'm going, for where I'm going. And I'm just really excited because I make plans kind of sort of in my head a little bit, like I have an idea of where I see myself, but God's plan is so much more dope and it's gonna blow my mind. I'm ready and I'm open to receive all the abundance in all phases and aspects of my life and people connected to me and my family. And baby, the ones that do and did me wrong, honey, that's all I'm gonna say. We reap what we sow. There is so much truth that I could tell, and it's just not time yet. It's just not time. And when it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a God thing. It's not gonna be me looking for any revenge or but when it's time for it to come out, it's gonna come out in the way that it's supposed to come out. And may God have mercy on whoever needs it. God's plan will always prevail. I definitely agree with you. It always prevails, and it's always way more than we could ever imagine. We can dream, make them plans, baby, but I'm waiting on my mind to be blown. That's where I'm at in life. Every single aspect of life. I'm gonna set my goals now, don't get me wrong, but I already know to anticipate more because God is so much more than what I can even imagine. More than what I can ever dream up and imagine on my own. So hopefully, I know I'm long-winded, y'all. Y'all know I'm long-winded, and when y'all be on this channel, y'all know what you're gonna get as far as anybody that's already part of the Soul Tribe. But I appreciate your patience in waiting for these videos, random videos to come. And for the new people, I know that I'm long-winded. You don't have to tell me. Either you like what you see here and it resonates and it's your jizz, or it's not. I definitely understand that, but this is definitely a YouTube channel that is all about high, good vibes. And yes, we cuss a little bit, we joke a little bit, we're gonna talk about the Lord a little bit. And negativity is not allowed here. It's not. And I don't get a lot of that on my channel, to be quite honest with you, but I just felt the need to say that. Me on here trying to double tap like it's IG live. Nah, baby, this YouTube, baby. But I appreciate the love. I really do. man, I'm just excited about life, because for every quote unquote bad thing or difficult thing or person, God really been showing me like this entire time that you are blessed, you are heard, you are seen, and you are felt. Like the experiences that I've had over the last couple of years, we're not even going to talk about the quote unquote negative ones, because the beautiful ones have just like, oh my God, outweighed them so much. And I don't know if y'all are believers, but I believe in God. I believe in his son Jesus. And that's who I pray to. And it's been miraculous. It has been miraculous. So if you don't have a relationship with the creator, with God, you don't believe, like just try it. You know, if you ever thought about it, definitely try it, because the supernatural, baby, there ain't nothing like the natural. Supernatural favor, guidance, it's unlike anything that you can do on your own. Trust me. We got the power. We are co-creators, but when you allow to be yourself to be led and you surrender, it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. I have been protected in miraculous ways. That's why I said I have to write about it, because it's so, like even talking about it, it's just like, what? Like somebody got to read it and really let the words permeate their spirit. One of my life coaches, well, my life coach that I work with, she said, Soleil, and I have not even told her everything, the things that I did to her. She said, you need to start writing this stuff down. She said, this type of favor, she said, yes, God is great. We are living proof of God's handiwork. Baby, yes, we are, Kiara. She told me to start writing down all of the favor that God has on my life in this specific season, just this season. Like the miracles that have happened, him stepping in, and man, it blows my mind. And I be forgetting to go back and write some of this stuff. But when I do go back and look on the things that I did remember to write, I be like, yo, that's crazy. That ain't no coincidence. Like, man, I have so many instances of that, and I'm just grateful. Not everything is perfect, but back to the title of the video, because I got to bring it back home a couple times, because y'all know I'm going on and on. Beware. Just beware. Allow people to show you who they are so you know how to maneuver around them. Boundaries will save your life. Getting connected to the creator will change your life. People, like I said, it's so much mental illness, treatable mental illness running rampant out here, and just don't become subject to it. I wrote down some notes, so let me make sure. Oh, girl, I'm getting old, baby, because these bones don't feel like WD-40 on them no more, honey. Girl, she. I wrote down some notes, so before I go, oh, my shirt says, it's actually a kid shirt from Target, and still I thrive, period. That's a word. Okay, so I could do a whole nother video on this, but on what I was just talking about, there have been people that have known my truth that I've shared those intimate details with, and they try to use it to break me, y'all. Like, I've been experiencing it hurts. Honestly, it's very painful, the things that I have experienced, but it's like, wow, it just opened my eyes a little bit more to people too, and to how trauma and hurt can permeate through people and change them. Man, Kara says, yes, definitely treatable mental illness. Lots of people are not well. They're not. And there are ways to become well. I have not been well before. Okay? So get you some help. That's all I'm going to say. That could be a whole nother video. Treatable. You hear me? Treatable. Baby, some of it is treatable with just talking and sharing your daggone truth. Like with a mental health professional that is going to give you, there's so many different types of therapies, girl. That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, I've experienced someone literally trying to break my spirit, and because they had heard about and seen some mental health episodes with me in the past, they were trying to evoke that. But it's just really sad, man. You know, the saying that hurt people, it's really true. It's really true. That's another topic too. It says love doesn't hurt. Healthy love confronts. Healthy love doesn't run from conversation. It doesn't run from the truth. Beware, again, so that you can make healthier decisions moving forward with the types of people that you are allowing into your life. That's a word from me. That's been a thing that I've had to learn too. And also, you know, look at your life and your patterns and your childhood. Start with your childhood first and figure out, what was it that I didn't get? What is it as an adult that I'm still looking for because of something I didn't get as a child? And you will start to see patterns in your life with people and in your relationships and your friendships. And at some point, if you're tired of going around in this cycle, you got to change some things, and you have to address some things before you can change them. So healthy love confronts. Healthy love for yourself confronts things, and it doesn't run from things. Healthy love wants to fix and mend relationships, not keep a barrier up. That part, Kiera. Yes. That's all I want for me. I want that for us. Healthy love, y'all. Healthy. We can talk about love. Oh, love this, love it. Healthy love, boo. Because sometimes those entanglements and entrapments be trauma bonds. Okay? You can't change people. That has been something that is still really hard for me to deal with, but I've accepted it. We can love them to death, y'all. We can love them to death. Some people are loved to death. Some people are loved to destruction. We can love somebody so much to the point where we don't hold them accountable and want them to change, and we lead them to their own self-demise and destruction. I don't want that. I want healthy love. Someone literally said to me, "Who did you call when you were broken?" What? I called you because you was the person I was with. So why are we bringing up my problems as if you don't have problems? Yeah, I'm just giving y'all bits and pieces, so when I am able to talk about certain things, it'll all make sense. But who says that? Yeah, I called you. You welcome. Like, that you even had that front seat in my life like that, but you don't no more, Like, it's just crazy, y'all. It's been a lot. I can't get on here and talk about all this stuff with y'all, but again, bits and pieces. Yeah, so who did you call when you were broken? But this same person tried to break me even more after that, knowing I was quote unquote broken. Beware these types of people, y'all. They can be dangerous, not only to you, but to themselves, and I just pray for people, child. I'm serious. It's rough out here, and it's not a lot of us that are willing to do our work. It's just not. Some people fake like they doing their work, and they on social media and yoga poses and meditating with the Palo Santo and the sage and all that, girl. Sometimes for some people it don't take all that, and for the most part your healing is not a front stage for other people. And I get it, people do need to see certain things to be put on to it, be hip to it, but like that intimate deep part of your journey, you ain't gonna find that. You're not supposed to find that online. Sometimes, like I said earlier, you gotta shut up and just go through it and grow through it. And last but not least, I think I can end on this note: prioritize your mental health. Goes back to the title of the video. Beware of certain types of people. Either terminate the relationship or change how it looks with boundaries. They will save your life. Because at the end of the day, I just told a friend of mine, he's a single dad. I told him yesterday, I said, you're upset about this thing, but you're not changing this thing, and you're mad at these other people. They've already shown you, in his words, that they're subpar. But if you're not, and you won't accept that for you, then you need to do what you need to do to prioritize your mental health instead of talking about the same thing. So prioritize your mental health. Put up boundaries when they need to be up. You can love people from long distance. You can feed them with a long handle spoon if you gotta feed them, if you want to feed them at all. Again, boundaries or terminate or boundaries, whatever you feel like you need to do with your specific situation, make it happen to prioritize your mental health. That's not being selfish. It is self-preservation, like Kiera said earlier. And that don't mean we just being selfish and thinking about us. We're thinking about the community and the world and the greater good when we think about us first. Imagine if everybody thought about themselves first and then permeated outside to start trying to help and heal other people, quote unquote. You can't heal nobody else, girl. That's their job. Kiara says, yes, please talk about the faking it on social media. It's true. I remember when I was there. So glad I'm in more control now. Yes, and we all have journeys. Thank you for sharing that. We all have journeys, y'all. We all have journeys. And like you said, God is so good. He be working on us. So I appreciate your authenticity and sharing that. It's important that we are more authentic, you know, just allow people to see the real. And ain't nobody perfect, period. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna swing in this hammock for a little bit. This hammock is also really healing for me. You know what a hammock feels like to me, y'all? It feels like I'm in a cocoon, or I'm a baby in a baby cradle, and I'm just being rocked and held as an adult. We need that sometimes. Like, at the end of the day, we just little kids who grew up. You know what I mean? So if you ain't get a hug today, or if you didn't get a hug when you was a kid, go get you a hammock. Go. They got the ones that you can, if you don't have two trees, you can stand it up in the backyard. You can buy it on Amazon. Listen, whatever you need to do. Okay. I love y'all so much. I don't know who the other person is that's on here, but I appreciate you for watching. And I know this was long, y'all, but it makes up for the amount of time I have not been able to post a video. But I appreciate you listening. And I do hope that, you know, the way I named the title of the video, because it's hard for me to title my videos because I talk about so much, but I hope at least it was able to, you know, hit home for you and circle back to the title. So thank you. Y'all keep praying for me. My birthday is next month. I'm about to be 31. My son about to be 30. I mean, about to be 3, going on 30. Girl, yes, my hammock been very helpful to me too. Yes, I didn't know you had a hammock. Yes, girl. But yeah, we about to turn up, y'all. I'm just going to keep getting finer, child. Okay, as time goes on. Finer, wiser, more lovable, more loving, more accepting, more wise. More abundant, more successful, more spiritually inclined, more healthy. Yeah, I'm calling all that in. I am calling it in for myself, and I'm calling it in for y'all. Make sure you go to my website, soulriseessentials.com. In the description box is my business. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Go get you some affirmation apparel for you, for your children, men, women, boys, girls, all of that. We have necklaces, we have hats, we have shirts. This is not one of my shirts, by the way. But we going places, and we're going to share this message about mental wellness, which is what my brand is all about, and all about resilience and thriving. That is what my brand is all about. And I just want to share that with y'all. We're not perfect. We are authentic, and we're just giving space to other people to be themselves and share their stories and thrive in spite of, y'all. So that's it. I appreciate your support. I'm glad you caught me live. I love you, Kiara. Thank you so much, sis. You keep shining too. And I thank you for being a brand ambassador. If you want to save some coins when you shop with Soul Rise Essentials, you can use Kiara 10. That's KIARA 10. I love you too. Keep shining, y'all. Stay well, be well. Go follow me on Instagram too, my personal and business pages, to keep up with us, with me and my brand. That's what us is. It's just me for real. But down in the description box. Peace, y'all. Thanks for watching.